During yesterday's hearing in the House of Representatives about the insurrection that took place on January 6th, Donald Trump's then acting defense secretary, a man by the name of Chris Miller, was asked repeatedly, what happened? Why wasn't the National Guard deployed? Why was there this massive delay? What happened? What were the failures along the way? And of course, Miller offered a lot of excuses. Well, we did deploy immediately. And then, we didn't deploy immediately because there was a chain of command problem with General William Walker. Said he had a plan of operations, but I guess he didn't. But then we talked to Mike Pence like an hour and a half later. And then, of course, we were able to get the National Guard in roughly 4 hours after the whole thing began. But it was one other thing that Miller said that really shook the country. And that was, according to Miller, that Donald Trump wanted to use the military to protect his supporters. He didn't want the military to be used to go in there and protect the members of Congress who were about to vote on certifying the results of the 2020 Electoral College votes. He wanted the National Guard to go in there and protect his rioters. Donald Trump, then the sitting president of the United States, was watching this unfold on TV, just like the rest of us, and he was watching it with glee. And then I guess when asked about military involvement, he said, yeah, they should go protect my people. I want that to be a lesson to every single one of those idiot Republicans sitting in Congress or the Senate that still firmly stands by Donald Trump. He doesn't give a damn about you. He was more than willing to let you suffer, possibly die, in order to protect his supporters. And after all, in the world of Donald Trump, there's no bigger thing than loyalty. And sure, you may vote with him, you may vote for him, you may defend him, but are you willing to break the law for him? Are you willing to break into secure government buildings to show your love for him, Congress people? No, you're not. But those idiots who conducted that insurrection were. So their loyalty outweighed your loyalty. So guess what? You got kicked to the curb that day. And I want you to remember that. This statement also proves that we have to have a 9/11 style commission look into all of the failures across the board that happened that day, including what Donald Trump may or may not have said about using the military to protect his supporters. Those are the kinds of things that the public needs to know about. We also need to make sure that Republicans are not able to rewrite the history of what happened, as I discussed in an early video today, claiming that, no, it wasn't an insurrection. These are more like tourists walking around on a tour, stealing shit from our offices. We need a massive full-scale investigation into this because the public has to know. The public has to remember. That's the most important thing. And all of these Republicans who are complicit in this, who try to write it off or even rewrite what happened, the public needs to remember what these jackasses said and did during these hearings, and maybe what else they were doing behind the scenes that may have led to this. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you saw, don't forget to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe to our Ring of Fire channel here.